live in multiple places. I am on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook. I'm in three groups and two Facebook business pages. So good morning. Hey, Texas is in the house, Southern California. That's my twin sister, Dr. Blasey. I got Pittsburgh. Sold by Shelly, right, Shelly? We need more listings. So thanks for joining me. I am Carrie Little, your host of Coffee with Carrie every Friday. I've been doing this now for almost 2 years, May, since the pandemic, every Friday on Instagram. For those of you that have caught me on the other platforms, I went live on other platforms because when I was at the Chicago event, Titans in Real Estate, Marky said I go live on Facebook. So I was like, I'm live on Facebook because of Marky. I'm live on Facebook because of Marky, but I'm also live on YouTube. I didn't connect in LinkedIn today, but that's okay. So again, grab your the new Real Estate Agents Journal. You do not have to be new to use my journal. It is on Amazon, and I am on around page 60. That's where you can take notes. But before I get started, because this one it's more than a review, because I'm going to give you some more information. For those of you that are in the agent journey, we are doing the Reels Challenge. I need water now. We're doing the Reels Challenge. And so if you don't have the Socially Savvy Agent, this journal or workbook helps you go create video content, Reels. It helps you think. So this is also on Amazon. And for those of you that aren't in the agent journey, every time I create a course, I'm offering it to others that aren't in the agent journey. So every month I do a power hour. So in February, we talked about Reels. In January, we talked about data because some of you need to know how to work with data. So if you can see it the right way on Facebook, it's backwards on Instagram. So if you go to the link in my bio here or on Smart Girl Media, you can invest in that course. But let me tell you, yesterday's course, I offered, it wasn't one of my power hour sessions. I did a course. I just started a 6-part series. My agents already get it, but I gave it a reboot, but I've never taught it. I do a drip campaign for my agents. So when you're new and you start with Caremark, you get a drip campaign. I get it. Like emails, some of you never check emails. So I do your first 6 weeks. So on Monday, I tell you what to do all week, Monday through Sunday. Then Monday again, you get a whole new drip campaign. So I offered this class to everyone. So if you are here, if you go to the link in my bio, either on Carrie Jo Little or smartgirl.media, you can join the series. Now you can watch, but you don't get the replay. You won't get the replay. So you better be prepared to take really, really good notes. Hey, Trina. So good morning. Lead generation review. Let's do this. So grab your journal. Again, we are around, let's say, page 60. And for those of you that are like, well, is it a book? It's kind of a book. I have like 6 sections, but I give you the ability. So if I were to switch over to, for those of you that are just seeing me for the first time, if I jump over to page 60, I tell you that there is no inbox in real estate. So there is no inbox in real estate. And I kind of tell you why and what you have to do. When I started selling real estate in 2001, I worked for a builder in 97 first. So I have knowledge of what it's like to work for a builder. But when I started in 2001, pre-social media, there was something not called social media. There was something called door knocking, cold calling, walking, direct mail, traditional marketing, stuff that some of you really still need to do. See, my friend, Sam is my realtor. Sam said yesterday was great. See, some of you, I'm telling you, you got to join me in some of these classes. So when I started selling real estate, I was determined. They say that real estate agents don't close their first deal for the first 6 months when they're new. I needed a paycheck and I didn't want to have to go back to real work. I did not want to have to go back to real work. So for those of you that are just joining, I'm live on Instagram and about 5 other places. So let's do this. So, this is me at 10 o'clock at night writing this out. I really do. A part of my plan is I give you a 10-minute video on YouTube every week, Wednesday around 9 a.m. and it premieres. And then I go live on Instagram every Friday at 9 a.m. And now we're going to integrate Facebook. So you guys just have to get used to this. And then I write out what I'm going to talk about. I need to just go blog about it because this also ends up on my podcast. So here we go. And I don't have my glasses on, so let's make this a little bit bigger. I get that glare and I don't want that glare. All right, so here we go. First of all, I just want to take a second and just say, most of you that are watching are in the United States. We're in North America. Some of you might be in Canada. Some of you might be in Mexico, Puerto Rico, because I have friends all over. I want you to take a second and really understand how blessed we are as a nation, and how even, we have Democrats, Republicans, we have the Purple Party, we don't realize how blessed we are. And I'm the person that can handle the news. I watch the news because I need to know what's happening, because if you don't know what is happening outside of our country between Ukraine and Russia, and I'm not an expert, I don't pretend to be, but what's happening outside of our country is impacting the United States. So first of all, take a second and pray for those in Ukraine. Pray for the people in Russia that don't know what's happening. Pray for the people that are getting pushed off of trains because they don't look like everybody else. Like, we need to take a second and we need to realize how blessed we are. And thank you. I put makeup on today. I did, even though I have a filter, because I have to go talk in person today. Or I have to go see people in person. So just take a moment and realize how blessed we are in the United States. All right, so let's get back to it. The lead generation review. For those of you that are part of the political party, or we donate to our PAC, many of us just came back from the Bahamas because we are part of President's Circle. So we donate to people that champion real estate. And I got to hear Dr. Lawrence Yun, the chief economist from NAR. And he talked about what's happening in real estate, and he gave us some insight. First of all, most of you have probably figured this out if you're already working with buyers. You've already figured out that interest rates went up in January. It was like, boom, January 2nd, 3rd, boom, interest rates went up. And if I were able to show you the data, now for those of you on Facebook, I could probably show you the data because I was taking screenshots like crazy. And by the way, register for the legislative events, even if you have to watch it on Zoom, because Dr. Yoon will probably do a recap. So back in November, interest rates were somewhere around 2.5%. I'm not a loan officer. I don't pretend to be one, but I can read data. And now they're close to 4%, maybe even a little above 4%. So higher interest rate means lower buying power. Let me say that again. Higher interest rate means lower buying power. If you have lower interest rates, that means our buyers can spend more money. I'm like trapped in this jacket here. So if that's the case, first of all, if you're one of my clients and you're watching, because I talk about this all the time, if you're a seller, if you're a seller's agent, if you're a buyer's agent, you need to know this. Because if I am thinking about selling my house, put it on the market like now, because median sales prices are still high. And inventory is extremely low. If you go to Caremark Realty, if you go to my Instagram feed for my business, I post data on the market. DuPage County inventory for single family homes is down 50% from last year, compared February 2021 compared to February 2022. I mean, like, inventory is extremely low. Carl, I need you to, I responded to you, Carl. Yeah, I'm shouting you out, Carl. Carl's a photographer. So, but anyway, inventory is extremely low and median sales prices are still high, but interest rates went up. So if you are a seller on the fence because you're like, I'm just going to wait because, I think I can make more money, I'm going to tell you right now, there is going to be a shift. It is not going to be like 2009, 10, 11, 12, and 13. It's not. But there is some hidden inventory out there. I'm trying to figure out how to list it. I'm just saying, there's some things I'm working on the week of the 14th. So I can put myself in a position to list some of these bank-owned homes. Now, some of you need to come see me in the short sale foreclosure class, different conversation. But if you don't watch what's happening, everything is impacting our market. So even today, when I give you some of my tips on the lead generation review, you need listings, you need to be able to have these conversations with your sellers. So for those of you that are like, I don't watch the news because I hate the news, it's depressing. You need to watch, first come see me for data. You need to go to the data classes for your local association and your marketplace. You need to learn. And if you're not in the agent journey and you didn't get working with data, you need to go buy it, because some of you need to go learn how to read data. The other thing you need to do is if the cost of goods right now is going up, right? Mark and I were just having this conversation. We're like, nope, I got to figure out something to do on Friday night because I'm like, we're not going to dinner. We're not going, no bacon. We're not buying bacon. We're not buying bacon, no bacon. Like the cost of food is going up. How many of you wish you had bought an electric car like a year ago? We went and looked. I'm telling you, I wish I had bought an electric car. My husband, the other day, I was working with one of my agents while we were preparing for the company retreat. And Emma and I were sitting there. I was like, give me a second, Emma. Let me just run to the window. I was like, sure that my husband had driven off in a Mini Cooper and he had driven off in a Mini Cooper. I'm like, Mark, are you in a Mini Cooper? And he was like, yeah, I told you I was buying one. I said, no, you didn't. You told me you were thinking about buying one. Why? Because of gas prices. So things you need to think about. You need to think about gas prices. You need to think about the cost of food. You need to think about what's happening in other countries because it will impact everything we do as real estate agents. The other thing you need to know, right? Davika did not even fare. So Davika bought an electric car. Now I'm really wishing I had bought an electric car. But anyway, now we're all going to be on bikes. So you need to know what's happening in other countries, again, because it's going to impact your business. All right. Yeah, the Dollar Tree is the $1.25 tree, except their cards, their gift cards, and the candy bars are still $1. So that didn't go up. So we're still okay. So you can go buy all those gift cards. All right. I think I got my points out. So here's some things we need to think about. There's always someone that needs to sell their house. There is always someone that needs to sell your house. If you are in the agent journey or the keys to listing leads, if you're in the agent journey, you got the keys to listing leads. If you only bought the keys to listing leads, I'm giving you all of your marketing every month. I, just like all of you, have been mailing on behalf of my husband every single month. I have 3 neighborhoods, maybe 4. The subdivision we live in, the subdivision where we bought a townhouse, and where I grew up. I'm serious. And number 4 is my sphere. So I told you I've got two listings coming for Mark. And then last night he's like, Carrie, our old neighbor called, they're ready to sell, but they're not quite ready, retirement and things like that. So this stuff really does work. But so when I say there's always someone that needs to sell their home, even in this market, there's always someone. So some of you cannot stop. Zig Ziglar said, when business is good, you advertise. When business is bad, you have to advertise. Don't get to that point where you're stressed out. Oh, this is what I didn't say. Give me drink my coffee for this one. 2009, 10, maybe we had 1 million realtors because when the shift happened and there was a downturn in the market, real estate agents just kind of disappeared. They just really kind of disappeared. Now we're at 1.6 million realtor members. That doesn't include licensees that are not realtor members. There are some states where you can be a part of the MLS and not a part of the association. I say you might as well be a part of the association because you have local member benefits, state benefits, you have national benefits, and then you get discounts on classes. Don't get them, and you get to learn more about what's happening with the DOJ. So that's a whole nother conversation. So these are things you need to be paying attention to. The key is, are you the agent that the seller wants to hire because you invested in learning how to work with data, or you invested in the agent's journey, or you have the keys to listing leads and you're consistent? And let me tell you, I sat with agents at the Titans event and none of them were in the agent journey. I had a few people that came up and talked to me. They met me for the first time. I was like, oh, I have fans. I'm just Carrie. You can come talk to me. Even if I'm look focused, come say hi because I'll talk to you. I can be real specifically focused. But anyway, even if you're like, Carrie, I just don't have the pocketbooks, take all of the classes that are offered with your MLS, your local association, the state and national that don't cost you anything extra. Show up. Take all of the classes that your brokerages offer. Show up. Don't wait until you have to list a house to come see me. Because now I could have a stomachache that night. I didn't bring my computer. And maybe I shouldn't have said it quite that way. All right. So some of us need to start marketing to owners. Why? Because our buyers can't find a home. So when we talk about review, and look, I have things you need to do in this market, and then I have lead generation. So I have 8 and 10 tips. So get your Pen's ready because I had an agent say, Carrie, you need to slow down. I'm like, nope, not slowing down because I have somewhere else I need to be. And you can come back and watch the replay. All right. So some of you need to find the house for your buyer. Some of you that are real estate agents, you don't own a home. Some of you need to mail and find houses for yourself. All right. So things to do in this market right now. Number one, make sure your buyers are underwritten. Only why? Why are we showing homes without at least a pre-qualification? Right? I love it. Sammy is my realtor says I was a loan processor. My Facebook folks, this is Instagram. When the market crashed in 2007 and rates now compared to then and still low, maybe not 2020, 21 rates, but lower than 2008 and 11. Say it again. So if interest rates are still at a great price and your sellers are on the fence, what I heard Sammy as my realtor say is you need to make sure you know it can explain that to your clients. All right. So number one, things you need to do in this market right now, it's a seller's market. If you're watching the replay and it's a buyer market, just flip it. Make sure your buyers, if your buyers are fully underwritten, that means they have the power to buy. They need a house, an appraisal, and a closing. Now, there's some other things they might need to do, but you kind of get it. Don't show homes without a pre-qualification. And you don't have to come on Reels and Instagram and say, somebody called me to look for houses and they didn't have a pre-qual. And I was like, don't do that. Just say, somebody called me and they didn't have a pre-qual. So let me tell you what I did. I set them up and now they're all fully underwritten. Come up with ways to get people to call you, not to push them away. Number two, your MLS tools to find a home for your buyer. If it's not on the market. Use your MLS tools to find the home if it's not on the market. Just told you that. Number three, if you have a private status, in our MLS, we have a private status. So you need to start searching the private status. Stop texting me, emailing me, hey, Carrie, do you have any listings coming on the market? No. Half of you are going to go to HomeSnap and look me up. You know, I have 30 agents, maybe 31, including myself. You got to go find the house. Stop telling your clients there's nothing on the market. Let me say that again. Stop telling your clients there's nothing on the market. Go find it. All right. So number 4, pay attention to the cost of goods sold. I just told you this, a cost of goods, because that can impact you. Pay attention to gas prices, because if I have higher gas prices, higher food prices, if those prices are going up, I'm like, you know what? I can't spend as much money on a house because I need money to pay for gas and food. Number 6, so we know interest rates have gone up. So pay attention to the interest rates. Go network with loan officers. Go, if they invite you to coffee, go. Come to the Women's Council events. I'm going to be at the Women's Council event hosting an event on March 10th in Tinley Park. There's a few spaces left. I'll put the link in my bio. Or if you're on my email list, you got it. So make sure you understand what the current rates are. Number 7, what goes up comes down. What goes up comes down. So if you have someone that is on the fence, or if you have someone that's like, you know what, I just think I should wait. If you have someone that's going to wait, put them in a drip campaign. Put them in a drip campaign. So, and number 8, there are many, I don't even know what I was going to say here. I lost my train of thought. So there are many people right now that are going to put their homes on the market because it's the spring. So that's what we're going to say. So here we go. Number 1 was make sure your buyers are underwritten. Number 2, use your MLS tools to find a house for your client. Number 3, check your private status. Number 4, pay attention to the cost of goods. Some of you need to stay out of TJ Maxx. Some of you need to wait on the Louis Vuitton. Some of you need to pay off debt. Tell us your journey. Tell us you love stuff. Go, if you need, talk us through. Oh, sorry guys. Let me fix that. Some of you need to tell us that you love stuff. Go online, go on Reels and tell us, say, you know what? I love TJ Maxx. That's my getaway. I love TJ Maxx. Say, you know what? For 30 days, I'm not going to the store. Or for 30 days, I'm going to go to the store, look at everything I want, take pictures, and if it's still there, I'll go back and buy it. Yes. So number 4, pay attention to the cost of goods. So far, TJ Maxx is still pretty good. Number 5, pay attention to gas prices because it could impact what your buyers purchase. Number 6, watch the interest rates, not like 2009. Wait, let me say it like this. Interest rates are probably like 2009, but in 2021, interest rates around November were closer to 3%. Now they're closer to 4. Talk to a loan officer. Stay in tune with what's happening with interest rates. Interview a loan officer. How about that? Number 7, what goes up will come down. I don't think this will be like 2009 again, but there's some hidden inventory out there. I look all the time. So for those of you that are like, you know what, Carrie, I want to get into the luxury market, here's your opportunity. Start mailing to the pre-foreclosures in that luxury market. Number 8, there are many that are thinking about placing their homes on the market. So you need to be looking at your hot sheets every single day. All right, so here we go. You got it? Got it. So now lead generation, and I know I'm talking fast. Right, someone said, I'm looking at Facebook, someone's like, everything's going up, even chicken, right? For real, chicken has gone up. And some of you like, a good Chicken Shack, Harold's Chicken, Uncle Remus. You're going to, what is it? Wingstop, Popeye's Chicken, Kentucky Fried Chicken. You're going everywhere. Everybody's got a chicken sandwich right now. But I'm not going out to buy. I told my husband we're eating out of the freezer for 30 days. The refrigerator and the freezer for 30 days, except for eggs and salad, lettuce, and fresh vegetables. All right. So lead generation review. Here we go. Are you ready? You got your notebook, right? You got your notebook. Somebody paid $9 for a fryer. I think Costco, my husband came home with a new fryer from Costco. Don't go spending money. I just told you to stay out of the store. Look, stay out of the store. Number 1, lead generation review. Are you ready for this? Okay. Number 1, you are more likely to close a deal with the people you already know. You are more likely to close a deal with the people you already know, assuming that they like you. You know my pitch. If your friends and your family are like, you know what, Carrie, you're too new, I don't want to work with you, fine. Just tell them when they're ready to buy or sell or invest to call you so you can refer them, so you can get a 20 or 25 or 30 or whatever percent you're going to get from the agent you refer them to, because this is how you make a living. And they want you to be able to eat. Whatever you got to do to tell your family they need to work with you. All right. So that's number 1 for lead generation review. You are more likely to close a deal from the people you know. And you need to start mailing to the people you know every single month. If you were in the my first 6 weeks in real estate, I'm doing a 6-part series. My agents are getting it. In the agent journey, you're getting it. And if you go to the link in my bio, you can get it. And on Monday, I'm teaching Remind to everybody at noon Central Time. Number 2, so make sure you're mailing to your sphere. I might even say that again. Number 2, pick a neighborhood. I prefer the neighborhood you live in. And if you're like, Carrie, people don't look like me, they're not going to hire me, I don't care, mail to them anyway. Become the expert, because the day someone calls you and they hire you because they don't look at you, you're going to faint and be shocked anyway. What's the worst thing someone could do is not hire you? So what? You got to get out here. You have to practice. About to close on my first deal with my cousin. Okay, all right, cuz. We tell cousin thank you, and tell your cousin we need about 5 more cousins to work with you, and tell your cousin let me give Leticia or Letitia, because I don't have on my glasses so I can't see you. Here's my tip, and this is not in my notes. When you close, I need you, if they have a real job and they go to work, I need you to send something to the job. Congratulations on your first home. You might have to warn them just to make sure they're okay with it, because man, that'll be a lead generation magnet. Send some balloons, send some champagne, send some cupcakes, send something. I don't know. Right. I think you got it, right? Bunk cake. Something. Send something to the office. You will be the hero. All right. So I said this. So number 1, I said you're more likely to close a deal with someone you know. Number 2, mail to your neighborhood monthly. Give them a market update. If you're in the agent journey, I'm the newsletter was a bonus. The newsletter was a bonus, but I haven't built one for March yet because it's a lot of work. So I'm going to do it. How can you tell the neighborhood already if the agent has a chosen realtor? Okay, let me say that differently. What if you live in a neighborhood and you're getting a mailer from another realtor and you're like, Carrie, someone already owns it. So should I get closer? So what? They're always, let me tell you, the neighborhood I lived in, remember, I worked for the builder first. And when I got licensed in 2001, I walked the neighborhood every single month or 7 months before someone hired me. There's another agent in the city I live in. She's a top producer. She has her own office. And I'm just going to tell you, I get the feedback. I'm not talking about another agent and giving you their names, but I'm going to tell you that people complain about the cold caller next agent. So stop worrying about the agent that already owns the area. I had an agent reach out to me and say, Carrie, I see you're doing marketing and you know, I'm in this area, and can you tell me what you're doing? And can you tell me how you do your postcards? I was like, what? You've been marketing to this neighborhood before I was a real estate agent, and you want me to tell you what I'm doing? Man, come see me in class. Pay me. I should have been nicer, but they were in my own neighborhood. So, hey, Letisa. All right. So your number three is number two is mail to your neighborhood monthly. And I know I saw a pop up there and I kind of missed it. I think so. That's a great idea. My realtor got 3 leads from my coworkers. Right. So there you go. So number three, mail to your sphere monthly, your sphere of influence. And these are the people that are in your database. And if you have not done, if you are an agent in my office and you don't have a list of at least 10 people or 10, really to me, I think every agent should have 100 people in their database and you should be mailing to them. If you are too busy being busy and you're not mailing, you can't make an income. You can't close a deal. So please, 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 please start creating a list of everyone you know. Excel, Google Sheets, numbers, your CRM. For us, it's Lion Desk. Pick something. Wise Agent, what are you using? Pick something. Number 4, use predictive analytics to find potential sellers. Remine and HomeSnap. I will be teaching Realist coming soon. And I hear that there's a few updates, but it's not too different from what it was before. So you just wait. Maybe May, I'll be teaching you. So when I say use predictive analytics and Remine, if you're like, Carrie, I've never used it. If you are on Facebook, you need to hop over to the link in my bio on Instagram. I'm pretty sure on Instagram, I have my full calendar for Illinois, but on Monday, the 7th, I'm teaching Remine to anyone at noon Central Time. So you got to join. I have space for a few hundred. And then on the 14th at noon, I'm teaching Cloud CMA. So really it's my office, but I made it a webinar so you guys don't make a mistake and say something crazy to each other. So on the 14th, I'm teaching lead generation with Cloud CMA. So there's no excuse. And I'm doing it at no cost to you. Number 5, look for homes that are already paid off. All right, I'm looking at the chat over here on Instagram. Sorry, Facebook. I need to look. Oh, I like that. I just looked over here at Facebook. I need to come over here and look at this. Someone's saying, I'm going to show it on Facebook. Take a photo of yourself walking the neighborhood and add it to the mailer. Right. Take a picture of, you riding your bike. I had to take a picture of my driveway because I was clear. I'm like, people, Mark, think you probably sell drugs. So I had to tell the story about he has a dealer's license. He loves cars. He's addicted to cars. So here's Cayenne saying, close on my first deal today as a rehabber. So first rehab. Thank you, and Mark, for knowledge and providing your trainings. You're welcome, Cayenne. You're welcome. You're very, very welcome. So I like that tip on Facebook. So look for homes that are paid off. So I told you that people are in my DMs all the time. I keep kicking my other camera. So people are in my DMs and they're like, here, I need to get rid of a house. But you can go to the tools you use every day. First of all, let's just say you don't have Remine. Let's say you don't have Realist. Let's say that you don't have let's say you don't have HomeSnap. Your MLS has so much information. Your MLS has so much information. So for example, you can go to your MLS and it depends on your fields. We have some of the best fields in Connect MLS. I'm just saying. So you can go to your MLS and then what you can do is you can go look for properties that were purchased with cash. Closed with cash, with cash. You can, in my MLS, I can go back to 2007. Matter of fact, I can go back to 1980. But the current data is between 2007 and today. So when you go back to your MLS, if you don't have any of the other tools, everybody gets RPR. But you can go look for all of the properties that were purchased with cash. And then now this goes back to, if you can't find a house for your buyer, go find the houses that are paid off. If you're trying to be a rehabber, go find the houses that are paid off. So I can go to Realist, Remine, RPR, and look for the properties that don't have a mortgage. Now, it doesn't mean that there isn't an equity line out there that wasn't recorded, but just know that is an option. All right. Number 6, join us for the 31-day Real Challenge. So if you are an agent in the agent journey, I'm doing a contest. If you're in the agent journey, every day in March, 31 days, today's day 4, I've been doing a reel every day on 3 accounts, 3 different accounts. And I think I need to do a bonus one on this one to talk about entrepreneurship and to tell you kind of my insights and even, some of the challenges I go through. So join us. And I'm telling you this because if you were to be consistent with Reels and or TikTok consistently, someone will eventually, at a call to action, will reach out to you. They'll reach out to you. And my sister said the new hack is, hey, Kim, my sister said the new hack is do like a really short reel with an image and music. That's the new hack. Number 7, create video content for YouTube. Some of you are like, nope, not doing it. But for the 2 of you that are willing to create video, I am telling you, I interviewed an agent and she said, Carrie, I called you. I've been watching you now for 2 or 3 years. And she's been learning from me for 2 or 3 years. She was looking for someone that just made it simple. She was looking for someone that told the truth. So go create 5-minute videos on the community you live in, right? Go create a video with your mobile device, hold the tripod, walking the dog, whatever you're going to do. Wait till the dog poops before you do video, because then you're going to have to bend down. I'm just saying. So create video content and upload it to YouTube. You can do, first of all, let me go back to this reel contest and YouTube. You can create a 60-second, I'm telling you this, if you were to literally go to, I don't even know where I posted it. It was either Smart Girl Media or here. You can create a video on Instagram Reels. When you are done with the reel, and let's say you use captions, because then you don't have to do all this pointing because you haven't figured that out yet, right? You can create a video on Reels, 60 seconds or less, add the captions, put it somewhere in the middle, because TikTok's, their side view or their width is a little bit different. It's not as wide as Reels. But you can create a video on Reels, and before you publish it, download it. Just wait. You ready for this? You can upload it to TikTok. Now, if you use music, then it's harder because you don't get the music. But let's just say you're going to go and say, let me just give you the best tip for home ownership that I can give you. And you say it. Add the captions, edit the captions, download it. You can upload it to TikTok. So you got Reels. You can upload it to TikTok. You can then upload it to YouTube Shorts, because YouTube has video. You could upload it. Well, if you can connect it to Facebook. Oh, wait, there's more. And then you can upload it to YouTube. I just gave you 5 places to repurpose content. And then if you always say, contact me to buy a home, contact me to list a home, eventually someone will contact you, but you have to have patience, my friends. Patience, patience, patience. All right. So again, number 7 was video content. Short videos are great. Create content to showcase the cities you live in and show us that you're the expert. If you're not the expert and you don't know how to read data, I'm telling you, come to Instagram. You need to buy that class. Number 8, don't just think social media is where you will generate leads. I have to say this because I have agents that will only post on social media. They have 100 followers and they can't figure out why they can't gain followers. And it's really because some of your content is jacked up, but I'm not going to tell you. Some of you have red text, some of you have blue text, black text. You're doing the most. You're doing too much. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Put on some makeup, use a filter, face the window. Make sure you don't have, like, some of you do headspace like this. You're way down here. Although, my background might be okay. But sit up, script yourself. And eventually you need to be real. So at the Titans event, the person that does the digital marketing for Mayor Lightfoot, hey D, the D's telling me she's over here. I don't even know what this says. Let's go. Somebody's trying to hijack me. Here we go. So the digital marketer for Mayor Lightfoot, she talked about being real. Some of you do this when you start talking. First of all, you code switch. Some of you know what I'm talking about. And they're like, Hi, I am, and you just get so professional and boring. Stop. Like if you have an accent, it is what it is. You know that I mean, you might slip and say that bad word. I'm just saying, I probably am not going to, I'm, I'm probably not going to slip. Although back in high school, it might have been pretty bad. It might have been pretty bad. Well, thank you. Thank you over here. Yeah, just like be human. And some of you need to record yourself talking about the journey of real estate. Do not go videotaping someone else's house. That's a violation of the code of ethics, all of our states. You can't videotape other people's house. All right. Right, because you be cussing. Like and people will get to know who you are. But sometimes you might decide not to say the bad word. You might go, oh, forgive me. But now you know who I am. DM me. And let's go. Let me help you. But here you go. Dominique, DJ, right? Here we go. Dominique, here we go. This is what you're going to do. You're going to say, now just call me. We're going to keep it real when you go to buy a house because I'm just going to let you know you might need a bottle of wine. You're going to need some Kleenex and some Pepto Bismol. And then when we get through all this, we're going to go to dinner and have a drink. Like, let people know who you are. Keep it human. You don't have to be rude and obnoxious, but keep it real. Keep it real. Right, Letisa? Here we go. So, first of all, my number 8, when I said don't just think social media is where you will generate leads, I mean it. You have to combine direct mail and social media, especially if you don't have a following. However, consistency will help with social media. If you don't have the pocketbooks, some of you need to put out doorknob bags in the neighborhood you live in. If you don't have the pocketbooks, some of you need to get on the phone. Some of you need to call your friends and family. Some of you need to go practice with a friend to go see new construction. Whatever you have to do to get moving. A body in motion stays in motion. You have to get out there. If you have no clients, call your cousin and say, I need to show houses. Go look at vacant houses. Don't be interrupting someone that lives in their houses. Go look at new construction. You need to practice. Bring someone with so you can practice. You got to get out. All right. So if you refuse to start using social media, think about it. Over a decade, you are playing catch up. I've been using social media since the kids, since they allowed us older folk to use it. So I'm not playing catch up, and I'm very intentional. One day I'm going to interview my twin sister. Maybe we need to do that on Clubhouse, Mina. That might be a good Clubhouse this weekend. But we're going to talk about the people that take action and the people that wait. Because if you're that person that's like waiting you're getting ready to get ready, you're going to be replaced. You're going to be replaced. So you can't do what many have been doing for decades. It doesn't happen overnight. However, Reels might get you there. I've been watching. Some people went from 5,000 to like 30,000 in a few months because they are doing Reels. Here I jumped out of the car and introduced myself to someone rehabbing a house. And hold on. And they want me to find them 2 houses. Right. But I'm going to tell you right now, if I find the house and it's a rehab, I'm buying it. But that's a start. So Donna, go for it. All right, number 9, use tenant to buyer leads. So in your multiple listing service, all of you need to go back to your multiple listing service. If you see me in a business builder class in Illinois, I can show you how to do it. But you go find all of the tenants. Low hanging fruit is they rent to rent. But then what they're going to do is you take a tenant and move them into a buyer. Then that property, you go find all those properties, and then you can take that same property and contact the owner because that could be an investor and you could list it. I just gave you at least 4 ways to get a deal out of a tenant. All right. And number 10, sign up for my lead generation class on Monday, where I show you where the money, yeah, you know the slogan. It's not my slogan. I show you where the money is. So if you can join me, anyone that's in the agent journey, anyone that's Caremark agent, you get the replay. Everybody else, you got to join live at noon. The link is in my bio. You need to join me. So let me recap lead generation. I'll do some quick Q&A because I got to drive to Joliet. So lead generation review. Number 1, you ready? Facebook, you ready? Instagram, you ready? YouTube. Number 1, you are more likely to close a deal with the people you already know. Number 2, mail to your neighborhood monthly. Be human. I like the thing, post yourself walking the neighborhood. Number 3, mail to your sphere of influence monthly, the people that know you. And it could be past client, current clients. It could be people that should be your client. your friends, your family, mail. I mail to everyone I know. My mother gets a mail in DC. Mina, you don't get anything. I should mail something to you. Um, Number 4, use predictive analytics to find potential sellers. Remine and HomeSnap. There's one agent, I don't, it might be D, but somebody is looking at HomeSnap every single month and they're looking for the people that are likely to sell. Same thing in Remine. Teaching this on Monday. Number 5, look for homes that are paid off. Look for the homes that are paid off for your buyers. Look for the homes that are paid off for you. Look for the people that don't have that have equity because they're more likely to list their homes because they can list. And I didn't say this earlier, but if you have a seller that's like, I don't want to list because there's nothing to buy, same thing. Go find the house for the seller. Put them in the private status if you have that option. Start mailing and tell them you're going to help them find a house. And then work it out where you can figure out where they can go if you can't find it. Number 6, 31-day challenge. Start creating 1 reel a day today. If you're in the agent journey, I have a contest. Let me just say this to my agents. I think I might have to do like another free pass because we're doing, thanks to Hope Mims, we're doing the secure the bag. So if you're my agent and you didn't show up to the event, the retreat, some of you need to join an office hour because we're doing the secure the bag bingo and they can win a YSL bag. Just saying. Okay. I'm always doing something. Thank you, Hope Mims, for the idea. Number 7, create content for YouTube. And I told you if you create a video here on Reels, you can upload it to TikTok, you can upload it to YouTube, you can upload it and connect it to Facebook, right? Oh, and I didn't say Pinterest. And Pinterest. Oh my gosh. Number 8, don't just think social media where leads come from. You have to do direct mail and you have to integrate your social media. Number 9, use the tenant to buyer leads, business builder, find that tenant, make them a buyer. Find that tenant, make them a new tenant. Find that property with the tenant and reach out to the investor. There's so many ways to make money. It's called work. You got to get up, get dressed, go to work. You got to get up, shower. You got to get up, work out, shower, breakfast, go to work. Something like that. And then number 9, sign up for my lead generation class on Monday. So here we go. So quick Q&A and then I'm out. So for those of you that are watching me on Instagram, I'm going to click the questions in the bottom right-hand corner. Here we go. I might have to turn on glasses, put glasses on for this. So how do you recommend for a dual career agent to lead generate without getting overwhelmed? I'm feeling like I'm going through the hamster wheel. Let me say this. If you're dual career, and I don't know what the other job is. If you're dual career, you don't have to do what a full-time agent does. Mail to your neighborhood and your sphere. Be done. Mail to your neighborhood, your sphere, and post on social media. You don't have to do the most. And if that's still too much, then mail to your sphere and social media. You don't have to do the most. I have a dual career agent right now. She did 4.9 million and she has to go to work. 4.9 million last year. So there's absolutely no reason why you can't do this. All right. So you can do it. Don't try to keep up. Patty, I think so. I think so. You guys hear my stomach growling? Mark made breakfast and I didn't get to it fast enough. So I think so. The question was, is Realist coming back to RMLS? And I'm going, I think so. So the class on Monday, you can just register. I'm just teaching. It's anyone that wants to join. There's limited space, so you need to register. There is limited space, so you need to register. And let me say, I streamed this to Facebook today, so you can watch the replay. I streamed this to Instagram. You can catch the replay, and it will also be on my podcast. So let me tell all of you this. Oh, it's also on YouTube. What I need all of you to do, if you are new to following me, follow me here. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check me out. I'm typically on Clubhouse every Monday at 9 a.m. Central Time with Hope and Ebony. Mina and I need to do a talk on the people that wait. And Carla, I'm not teaching HomeSnap today. Justin is going to do it for me because then I don't have to rush to leave where I'm going. So if for those of you that are like, if you're watching the replay, HomeSnap, take the HomeSnap class with your MLS. So today is March 4th. Home snap, 2 p.m. Central Time with RMLS. Take it. You don't have to worry about me. Oh, and for those of you, if you follow me on YouTube, I have two, a part one and a part two on how to work, uh, how to look for, how to work with investors. And then if you want the short sale foreclosure rep class, I'm not teaching it yet, but I just asked my association if I could teach it. So keep watching. I do add my classes. I am teaching ePro in Joliet, March 21st and 22nd. Come join me. Let's fill the room. Some of you need to know how to use tech. Some of you need to know how to use tech. Remember, to sign up for my classes, go to the link in my bio. To sign up for my classes, go to the link in my bio. If you can't find it, it's on smartgirl.media. It's in Linktree. It's there. It is there. It's there. And I'll add it to my stories later. So I want to thank all of you. And there's a photo op, which here I should do this. Oh, I see that, Velma. I'm gonna answer that. Photo op. Tag me. Tag me. Let me know you were here. My hair's sticking up. Tag me. Take photo. Tag me on Instagram. Tag me in your stories, and tell your friends to come watch me if they're a real estate agent. So here's a good question. For those of us that with limited funds, what kind of things should we mail out that aren't expensive? First of all, there's nothing you can mail out that isn't expensive because it's the cost of mailing. But if you are mailing postcards, I think the postcard stamps are a little bit different. I mean, a little cheaper. So if you're someone that doesn't have deep pockets, because this was me in 2001, I went to Uline, ULINE.com. You could also go to Amazon and buy doorknob bags. And I stuffed the doorknob bags and I walked. I didn't have the money. Put one foot in front of the other. Walk. You got to walk. That's a good one. I should do that one. Just walk with me. Just walk with me. That might be a good reel. That coming soon to a theater near you. So there's absolutely no reason why you can't generate leads. You just have to figure out how to work with your pocketbook. You do. And if your Remind has some phone numbers, you can invest in the call directory. You can invest in things. It's the cost of doing business as a real estate agent. Remember, 2001, I didn't have the money. So for me, first of all, some of you know my mother, she paid for me to get my license. She paid for me to start. Thank God I haven't had to ask her for any money since. It's been 20 years. You figure out how to, first of all, let's go with social media. You need to build your social media following. Reels, real video. You have to create a following. Teach me something. And then walk your neighborhood. Call all your friends and family and tell them you need a paycheck. And again, if they don't want to work with you, tell them you still need a paycheck and you'll refer them to the top producer at your office or somebody. All right, everyone. So for those of you that are watching me live over here on Facebook, thank you. I'm live on Facebook because Marky told everyone I go live on Facebook on Fridays, but I really go live on Instagram. But we'll see if we can figure this out. So thanks for joining me on Facebook and YouTube.